cape. Oh!
Shoes.
Hi.
We're clear, copy.
Did you like today's show? We had fun. Those dancers in the dance-off were the height of hilarity. So, you know what, Wig? This is why I love doing the show.
Oh,
I mean, you see it every day. The studio audience.
just the energy of it all.
Oh my
It's the
God.
best. Just the best.
Ellie dances while she holds the camera.
Okay.
Marco G is carrying on, motivating the audience.
Okay.
People are standing up out of nowhere and dancing.
Okay.
It's not just because it's a day. Like, people, that's how it goes down. Like, this is the funnest show ever.
In life.
In life. This is the kind of show that takes your mind off your troubles for just 1 hour. Just 1 hour. And I love doing it.
Shout out to the boy from Sierra Leone who won the... What up, Sierra Leone? Big up.
And it was my honor to meet one of my Wendy watchers today who, she's a 3-time cancer survivor.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And
Backstage?
she wanted to take a picture. I don't take pictures here, but she asked for tickets for the show. And apparently Tristan, you and Jessica are very good at, because I don't know how to retweet and retweet. So she says to me, Wendy, it was when you were on Broadway in Chicago, and I told you break a leg, and I told you that, you entertain me every day. She had kidney cancer at the time, but she's had 2 other kinds of cancers also. So thanks to the watchful eyes of, I do read your comments, and if I do want to, say something to somebody, then I can ask Jessica and Tristan. But you guys are also very good at, reading and maintaining. Thank you both. Anyway, so we got her tickets for the show, and she was here, and she said that I really helped her through by taking her mind off her troubles. That's a good feeling.
That's a great feeling.
Okay, I didn't want to brag, but it's a fabulous feeling.
Yes. The power.
To be able to make
Make
people
a difference.
in such an easy way. All you have to do is get yourself a talk show and be pleasant.
And if you don't have a talk show, just be pleasant.
Just be pleasant. Have you ever told an old lady that she looks beautiful?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Doing it.
I won't hit on her nothing, but yes.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about in general.
Oh yes.
Let me tell you something. When you tell
I tell an old lady every day.
when you tell a stranger, particularly an older person, that, I like your shoes, sir, very stylish, or, oh my gosh, madam, your hair is gorgeous. That's it. Don't get to a full. Do you know like something simple like that? You don't even have to have a talk show to just make somebody's day better.
Mm-hmm.
You work on that.
The tongue is very powerful.
The tongue is very powerful.
No. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That was a great package too. That the winner of the dance contest won. What was that? A 62-inch TV and a whole bunch of stuff from Omaha. And then the girls didn't go home empty-handed either.
They got prizes too?
$200 gift cards for Omaha Steak.
Fantastic.
Each of them.
That's great.
So that's a nice package of meat.
If you would like some delicious Super Bowl recipes,
I just can't.
go to wendyshow.com. Hit the recipe aisle. George Duran's food. Every last one of those things, I kid you not, I was throwing down. If I had to pick a favorite thing, though, it has to have been the bacon tater tots with the cheese stuffed in the middle. Problem is that you have to have a whole assembly line in your kitchen if you're going to have, say you're going to have 25 people over. You know how many of those things you tater and totting all night long, just rolling and stuffing.
Frying and dipping.
Come on in. So tomorrow's the big day. Our 1000th show. Ask me how I feel. I feel like a winner! Like a winner. Oh. Seems like just yesterday the show started, you know? We've come such a long way. I remember when our show first started, we had, we put the microphone stands in the audience, and audience members would chime in on hot topics, but you know, because we are live out of New York, you know, that required somebody to have their finger on that 10-second delay button right away, and you just never knew what somebody's going to stand up and really say when they're chiming in on something. And then it also, so we did that for maybe a half a season. We did that during the 6-week sneak peek. You know what? I think that's one of the things that we stopped once we got officially picked up. We stopped putting the microphones in the audience. But we do have Hot Topic Sound Off, which I do like here. So it is a way for my co-host to participate. And I've called them my co-hosts since the show first started. I mean, I remember the first day of the 6-week sneak peek, and yeah, so we had the microphones in the audience, and but I remember the first time I heard "Here's Wendy," and I went out for very first day, and because we're in New York, and I was a staple in New York radio for decades, I was feeling the love, like, I don't think there were any out-of-towners that day because I was a brand new girl with a brand new show. And so everybody in the audience, like, people from Michigan weren't coming. You know, I'm a new show. You know, they're going, you know, Rachel Ray next door, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now people come from around the world, specifically to come here, you know, London and whatnot. You'd be shocked. Dubai and, you know, as close as Jersey, but as far as the other side of the world. But anyway, so the audience was full of, like, my people who knew exactly who I am, followed my career, got the tickets, and were here. And when they said, "And here's Wendy," and back then there was no doors that opened. I literally pushed doors, like swinging doors, like I'm a waiter at a restaurant and I'm coming out with a platter of food. Charming got us to where we are, though, so it was very charming. I pushed the doors open, and everybody rose to their feet, and I started crying, and I just knew that, like, these are my people. You know who I am, and you're here to support. You're not an audience. You're my co-host. And it's been that way ever since. And we had something called the Truth Booth. We did away with that after our 6-week trial also. The Truth Booth is, by the way, the success of our 6-week trial is how these other shows are now modeling. That's why you see so many 6-week trials. And some work and some don't. My girls at The Real, they had theirs might have been 4 weeks, I think. Anyway, they had a sneak peek during the summer also, and there they are on TV. Didn't work out for Fran Drescher, but it didn't work out for Chris, that woman, Jenner. But they all went through the model after people saw what my company, who produces the show, Debmar Mercury, Morton Ira, after they saw the success that Morton Ira had with my show, it's now become like a model. Anyway, we had the Truth Booth, and the Truth booth is just that. You know, there was a booth built, and you go in there and you confess, something. And because Ask Wendy, even though I was doing it on the radio, Ask Wendy has grown through the years. Ask Wendy was, Wendy, does my skirt match my blouse? Wendy, my son has a cold and he was sent home from school. How do you think I should deal with a teacher? Now, Ask Wendy. And so we made the Truth Booth because the Truth Booth is where you get the more salacious stuff. If all you see is a silhouette, and disguise somebody's voice, and then they tell you something. But what ended up happening is Ask Wendy became juicy in our first season and juicier like today. In this season. I love this show. I love everything about it. I like the commute in the morning. We listen to loud music. we listen to Shade 45. And I like, not Soul Town, what's the one? The Groove on Sirius XM. We listen to the music very, very loud in the morning, like loud as hell. Gets me going. And don't let the sun be out. Woo! Hey! And then I get here and, you know, I like being put together by my guys, my producers. We have a rhythm now. We have a rhythm, and they're just all very, very special. I like working with Kevin. It doesn't work for everybody, but we have a very good understanding of where you've been all day. But you know what? Without people being patient, and when I say people, I'm talking about people that pay the bills, you know, Debmar Mercury. Without them being patient and allowing our show to grow, we wouldn't be here. Because good TV gets canceled all the time. And I'll tell you, and a shout out to all my general managers and all my station groups, I appreciate you being patient as well. I know when we started, you know, some of you had me on at 10 o'clock in the morning, like here in New York, but a lot of you had me on at, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know? And now you've been patient with the show, and now you got me, you know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, no more of that overnight thing, you know, it just, people have been very, very patient. And a shout out to BET, you know, it's pretty bossed up that in some markets we're on 3 times a day. Well, I don't stay up until midnight on account. I gotta come here and do. Are you crying, Jessica? Oh, Jessica, you haven't even been here since the beginning. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
But I'm from New York.
So you knew me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a big deal for you to be working here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just grateful. I'm very, very grateful. And the second I stop being grateful, it's time to stop doing the show. Because I know that you guys can, you know, you're not stupid. You know the difference between the genuine article, somebody who genuinely wants to be there at their job, and somebody who's just doing it for paycheck. I'm not that girl. I'm not that good of an actress. Although, one of the things that I do love about doing the show, of course it's the show itself, but so many opportunities that I've been afforded outside of the show. It's fantastic to have a talk show. The best. Broadway. I have items in the Smithsonian, which, by the way, they're still not put up, but we've been in the back room. I see the stuff sitting there. You know what they have to do? They have to clear out stuff and put stuff in. But items in the Smithsonian, I'm not even dead or old. You know, sometimes they don't put you in a museum until you're dead or old. I did Think Like a Man. Just so many great things that have happened because of this show. So I want to thank you for supporting. Some of you are very lovely all the time, but you know, even for those of you who shade me and stuff, I am too grateful to be here to ever take your words seriously. So I'm going to take my buttless self and go in here and fantasize about what I'm going to have when we go out for dinner tonight. And as usual, I love you for watching. See you tomorrow when I turn 1,000.